So a very unique situation this year in Cache Valley. We have had some great weather early on, but then we had some really hard frost that did a lot of damage towards the end of April. In fact, it killed a lot of our fruit crop, not just here in Cache Valley, but throughout the Intermountain West, because we had such cold temperatures the end of April when trees had already set fruit, when blossoms were out, and it killed a lot of those blossoms. So a lot of people are really not worried about their fruit trees this year because they don't need to spray for codling moth and apples and pears. They're not worried about bugs damaging the fruit. However, there's some things that we need to do to keep our trees really healthy so that next year, when they do produce a lot of fruit, because they will produce a lot of fruit next year since there wasn't any this year, we need to get those trees ready for next year and have them in as good a condition as possible for when the fruit really comes on next year. So first thing to do is to fertilize your trees. So we've got a couple great options here at Anderson Seed and Garden. I've got the tree and shrub food here on my right, and a fruit, citrus, and pecan tree food here on my left. These are great slow release fertilizer options for fruit trees, great for shade trees and shrubs as well too. But they have a micronutrient package in there which will give the trees all the micronutrients that they need. We're talking iron, boron, copper, zinc, manganese, magnesium. You know, all those micronutrients are really important for tree health and also for the flavor of the fruit when we do get fruit next year. But they also have slow release nitrogen in there, which is a 3 to 4 month slow release nitrogen. So it's going to feed those trees very gradually for the next 4 months and get them into fall and get them ready for winter. So using a fertilizer like one of these, the tree and shrub food or the fruit tree food, would be an excellent way to get your trees as healthy as possible. A lot of our homeowners, a lot of our orchardists are doing a fertilization right now, and then they'll do one towards the end of August, first part of September too, so it'll feed the trees throughout the winter time. So don't forget about a 1 or 2 step application of fertilizer for your fruit trees to really keep those healthy. But there are bugs and diseases that are still showing up. So even though we don't have insects damaging the fruit, there's insects damaging the trees. So we still need to spray those trees, not as frequently as we do throughout the summer if there's, say, apples or pears or peaches on your trees. Cherries, very specific when we got to spray for those. But there's some great insecticides and disease control. So the Fertilome fruit tree spray has a combination insecticide and disease control mixed all in one. And so this is a great all-in-one combo product that you can use on your trees to control aphids and spider mites and white flies and other insects that are going to be damaging your trees, but also takes care of powdery mildew and leaf spots as well too. If you want something a little bit more potent, we would recommend a combination of the copper fungicide, which is a basic organic copper, and then this Bug Blaster Lambda, which is amazing for all kinds of different insects. It works on borers, for like your for your peaches or your cherries, but it's really good for aphids and spider mites and leaf hoppers, all kinds of different insects that may be causing problems on your trees throughout the summertime. So you would mix those two together and spray those maybe once in June and then just as needed throughout the summer. And then we recommend one in the fall as well too. So a spring, or late spring, early summer application, and probably a mid-fall, September, October spray is going to do great. If you do a mid-October spray, it'll be excellent for blister mites, which we're seeing a lot of this year too, and so we're going to try and prevent those as well. So don't forget about your fruit trees. Even though the fruit is gone this year, we still need to focus on trying to keep those trees as healthy as possible and help prevent problems are going to show up for next year, and feed them and get them ready so that when they really produce next year, they'll have all the nutrition, all the nutrient that they need to really put on a good crop of fruit for you. So don't forget your fruit trees this year. Even though there's no fruit, a lot of things we can do to prepare them for next year and protect them from insects and diseases for the entire season.